I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. We are joined by the very talented Nariko Nabi. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, please introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nariko Nabi. All my friends and everyone just calls me Nari. It's just easier to say. I am obviously a VTuber, but the type of VTuber that I am the embodiment of the North Star. I am a voice actor. I play a lot of little video games on the side when I'm not in school trying to become a nurse.
Voice actor and nurse. That could come into use, First of all, my hat's off to you for the nurse part. That's as much as people, yell at nurses and things. We don't get along without them, and you guys take a lot of stuff. I'm always amazed at people still wanting to do that. Thank you for that. And the voice part, well, just from hearing your stuff, I can tell that you're doing voice stuff. I mean, when did you learn you had this talent and this wonderful instrument of yours?
I want to say, well, it was more so like I knew I wanted to do it because I used to watch anime a lot with my dad growing up, and I wanted to be the characters in the shows that we would watch. For example, we would watch Dragon Ball Z and just Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Bulma and Chi-Chi so bad, so I would try to emulate them and try to talk like them. And then I think once I started to be online more, I realized that hey, I can probably do what these people do too.
Oh, yeah.
So then I was just experimenting, and one thing led to another, and I'm still here being a voice actor.
Well, tell me what it's like now to voice something and then hear it after it's been mixed and put into what you were looking for.
It is crazy every single time. I'm in this audio drama called Lost Threads, and I play this character named Nia. And right now we're about to start season 2. We just started recording for season 2, but looking back at season 1, it's so crazy hearing how I sound after production, after post, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, that's me. Oh my gosh. Did I really sound like that? That's so crazy. Because whenever I record and I do my lines, it's just kind of like a one and done thing for me. I'm like, oh, I need to say this. So I say it. And then I go on about my day. And just hearing it with the other components of the audio, it's just so amazing. I'm just like, oh my gosh. Wow. That's my character.
Yes. It's amazing to me. I mean, I started doing radio stuff in the 80s, so I am very old. But now the technology is here where you can put together this type of stuff in people's homes and get the quality. I mean, there's going to be minor quality things because just how things work, but it's studio level stuff that you're getting from people's homes, and you don't have to fly them in to your studio to do things. And there's just a lot more that's available for everybody. And we're hearing a lot more voices doing it too.
Yeah.
It's nice that those talents are have a way to be shown other than on their own stream.
Yeah.
Sure would have been a lot easier back in 1984 to have this set up, but I know the first time I did a commercial and someone gave me, the 30-second copy, and then I heard it played back. I'm like, really? You did that? I mean, there was no digital anything back then. We barely had, our numbers actually only stopped at 8. We didn't even have 9 yet. Um,
Mm.
it was it was very very analog, but still hearing it once it was done and mixed into the music and everything, like, oh, you really are an announcer now. Is that what you kind of got? Was I'm really a voice actor now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's I really enjoy the fact that it's a lot more accessible to people
Hmm.
when it comes to voice acting.
Yeah.
Like there's so many tutorials out there. There's so many DIYs of how to make your sound a lot better than if you think it sounds bad,
Mm.
and kind of just tips and tricks on how to be a voice actor and I guess the etiquette when it comes to like doing auditions and things like that. Like when I was growing up, before I was like really into voice acting, I had no idea what I was doing. I was just pulling stuff off the internet and recording with my really bummy microphone and going into GarageBand trying to like edit things together to make it seem like it would just sound good or like look cool if I were to look back on it. And I
Right.
look back on some of my old stuff and I'm like, oh my gosh, I tried my best.
Well, I mean, it's pretty. Let's face it. At the age you're talking about, that's pretty impressive, actually,
Hmm. Yeah.
to be able to do this. I mean, I didn't get a chance to do any recording at all, any sort of mic work until I was 17.
Mm.
Well, I guess that's not true because we did do play by play for my high school on cable television, which you're too young to remember, probably. Um, and that was there for a while, and I sound exactly the same now as I did then, which is hilarious. Um, but the when you hear that for the first time, and somebody
Mhm.
with some you know real ability to make it sound right has it work on it, there, it's hard to describe the rush from that.
Yeah.
Um, but you are doing other voices, aren't you?
Yes, a little bit. I unfortunately don't have the impersonation
Mm,
skill. I just can't. Well, maybe, but I don't have confidence in it.
yeah,
But most of the stuff that I do is like a lot of improv. Like my improv is really, really good for
good.
whatever reason.
Yes.
And I attribute that to me not having friends growing up and having imaginary friends. So I would have to talk to walls and pretend they're people. So that's why my improv is so good.
You didn't even know you were practicing.
Yep, I had no idea.
That's something that old radio people had to do too. There's a lot of times where we were in the studio by ourselves at
Mhm.
6:30 on Sunday morning, and and you just know that there's maybe one person who's accidentally turned you on in the car on the way to church or something. But you still have to go on the air and do your
Mhm.
thing. And um, learning that early, and I just hear from a lot of VTubers that that's one of their biggest problems they have is filling the time.
Yeah.
Um, you have like 10 minutes, and you don't know what you're going to say. But if you've got that ad lib going for you, it's a flow. Let's just go.
Yeah.
Yeah. As so when you started in as a VTuber, first of all, what brought you into the VTuber type of broadcasting?
Um, I wanna say it's like a mix of a couple things.
Uh-huh.
The main reason is because I wanted to be an anime girl on
Hmm.
the internet because again, I like to voice act and I wanted to be an anime girl.
Hmm.
But the other reason was because I was tired of being a an IRL cam streamer
Hmm.
and stuff. I really didn't like always having to get up and get all dolled up on stream and look super presentable. I was just like, that's a lot. Sometimes I didn't want to do that. So I was just like, ooh, I can have an avatar and like not do that, and I can be an anime girl. Wow,
I
it's
can wear the
amazing.
10X sweatshirt and I'll be perfectly fine.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, you'd have been great in radio. We didn't show our faces either. we just and I wasn't. I mean, I've been on. I mean, people can look and find me on YouTube if they really try, from years ago. But I never was one for getting my face out there anyway. And radio was perfect for that. Um,
Yeah.
Here you kind of got a chance to not really show you, but you have the avatar up there that you can present yourself the way you want to be presented.
Yeah.
Yeah, and has that anonymity, well, semi anonymity, which is a great word.
Mhm.
Um, it's has that helped you off the screen with dealing with people socially?
Um, a little bit.
Mm,
Um, I only say that because a vast majority of my relationships, be it romantic or like platonic, have always just been online. So I've
mm,
always been online and I've always been like yeah, people kind of like somewhat know what I look like, but it was never really like a forefront type of thing. Like even before I became like a VTuber,
mm-hmm,
I used to RP or role play on Twitter
mm-hmm,
before it became X. And so I would always have the front facing of the character that I was role playing and pretending to be.
mm-hmm,
And then it was like it was that character and then it was me.
mm-hmm,
And then most of the characters that I did role play, they aligned with my personality off off the screen and
mm-hmm.
like offline and stuff like that. So it wasn't ever really like a struggle or any type of like I guess obstacle when it came to being like
The character.
myself and or the character. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
always just kind of like, hey, yeah, so like I'm playing this character, but like she's also kind of me. So
Yeah.
like that's me, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, it also,
And it always kind of flowed.
yeah, it doesn't give you you don't have to work very hard to do it
Yeah.
as you would with voice acting some parts that "Oh, we've never been the monarch and ruler of an underground empire of mole rats," that type of thing,
Yeah.
But here you got the chance to kind of, and I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit here, kind of show different sides of you, but the ones you wanted to show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I would like have a character, even with like my VTubers, like it's I feel more comfortable with characters that have a part of me that I can portray onto them,
Mm,
but still be true to the character.
mm. So, how did you come across being Nabi, Nariko Nabi?
Say that one more time.
How did you end up with what you have now as Nariko Nabi?
Um, this is gonna sound super corny, but it literally came to me in a dream. I kid you not. It was so detailed. It was so detailed. I remember I had before I was Nariko Nabi, I was this other VTuber named Okami.
Mm,
And it was kind of like a makeshift kind of thing just to, test the waters of if I actually liked it. And I liked it, of course.
well,
And I had like this whole concept of where Okami is a reverse isekai um character. So she came out of a game into the real world.
mm,
Whereas like if you get isekai, in most cases you go into certain media. Like you either go into a movie, you go into a book, or you go into a game,
right.
and it's just reverse. And I like the concept and it was nice, but I was just like, it doesn't really it's not really clicking. And so I would sit and kind of think of what I would kind of want to be. And then I remember I went to sleep and I had a dream of a star. and it was a star and a butterfly. And I think around that time was when Star Butterfly
Mm-hmm.
had came out
Mm-hmm.
or was still kind of like running and stuff like that. So I kind of took inspiration from her and Marco.
Mm-hmm.
And in the dream, it was just like the name Nariko was just kind of like there. And I was like, oh, I like that. And so I took it and ran with it. And then the first version of my VTuber, she was a star Valkyrie that protected the northern hemisphere from meteors, asteroids, and all types of like malicious aliens. And she had six other friends that were actual stars that are in the sky in the different hemispheres,
Mm-hmm.
and they will all be protecting like the world and stuff like that. But
Right.
then at some point, like over the course of a thousands a millennia or whatever, like her squadron got taken out
Mm.
by like this void entity, and it came in through her defenses and basically killed her. But her friend saved her and gave her the rest of her star force, and
Ah.
she fell. She's a fallen star. She fell to earth, and then she exploded. And you know, when stars explode, it kind of gets rid of everything, but
Right.
it also creates new stars.
Right.
So when she fell to earth and she exploded, she made a nebula of other different versions of her,
Mm-hmm.
and each different version of Nari is just another star in the nebula of the
Ah.
original Nari. So yeah.
Cool. Cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that all come from your dream?
Yes,
Well,
yes, it did. It
man.
surely did. Yep.
Yeah. If I relied on that, it would be my character would be the guy who's barefoot in a mall, lost and can't find his car, and for some reason has to go back to school after 50 years. Not nearly as amazing as that. Have, have you always been the creative type?
Yes, actually.
Mm.
Um I've never been a logical kind of like leaning individual. Is mainly like emotional and like right side brain creativity type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
In school, I used to be in the orchestra. I know how to play the cello, and I was also in the band. I can play the trumpet, the French horn, the tenor sax, a little bit of
Oh,
percussion, and um I can play a little bit of the flute. And then I was also in uh my school's choir for a little bit. And then obviously I was in theater.
yeah.
I was a
You,
theater kid. So
I hope you don't mind, but there's this little part of me that really, really hates you right now because you'll be able to do all this stuff. Now, hateful in admiration, but still. Oh, first of all, you said you do the cello. I know one other person
Mhm.
in my life who can play the cello and violin and all that stuff, and they're amazing. But not just to the cello is a lot different than a tenor sax
Mhm.
to play. I
Yes.
played tenor sax in grade school, and the practice was holding a whole note as long as you can.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly what my band director did for me.
Yes.
And I was also in the marching band too. So
Oh.
like some of those instruments, it was mainly the trumpet and the clarinet
Mm-hmm.
that I mainly played in the marching band
Mm-hmm.
because it was easier for me to hold and march at the same time.
Right.
So those two are the two that like I still kind of like vividly remember how to play. But like with the tenor sax, it was so heavy.
Yeah.
I'm only like maybe 5'1", 5 foot. So it was like I can't hold the tenor sax and march at the same time. It's just too heavy for my little hands.
It is.
But it's so fun to play though.
Yeah,
It's
it
so
is.
fun to
The
play.
the notes are just amazing. The sound
Yes.
when you hit it. Of course, I didn't wasn't always hitting the right note anyway. Um,
Mhm.
so my experience is much different and much worse. But I can just imagine you trying to play cello in a marching band.
Yeah, you can't. At least for me, it's again, the cello is like at the time of me learning how to play it, I was like really young.
Hmm.
So I would have to take the cello home
Hmm.
on the school bus, and I would literally have to like carry that big behind cello on my back.
Oh,
And I'm only about like at the time I think I was only like 4'11", 4'10". So that big behind cello on my little back walking up the stairs on the school bus, it was a struggle. And then I ended up changing schools, so
yeah.
I couldn't be in the orchestra anymore. So
Yeah.
that's when I picked up the trumpet and the
Mm,
clarinet.
yeah.
So
And
those
even,
are easier to carry.
and even then, the trumpet and the clarinet are completely different. Um,
Yes, very different.
if you try to play the clarinet like you play the trumpet, you're going to destroy a few reeds.
Yes. Yes, and I have crushed a couple of reeds. Oh my gosh, I hate the taste of reeds
Yeah,
to this day. It's
I, I,
so
s-
nasty.
I still remember it because you know, if for folks who don't know out there, reeds are very specific for specific instruments. Um, the tenor sax reed is not the same as the regular sax reed,
Yes.
and if somebody tries to give you the same one, it ain't going to sound good. Um,
Yeah.
and if you're in practice and all of your reeds are kind of slightly chipped, it's going to sound really funny. But your instructor isn't going to be very happy with you. um,
Yeah.
and by golly, if you ever got a green one, shoosh,
Ooh.
green, green reeds don't move, and that makes it even worse. And I don't even
Yeah.
understand. I don't even understand the oboe reed.
Yeah, neither do I.
Uh,
I stay far away from the oboe. I'm like, that is just too much for me. I cannot handle it.
mm,
It's a lot.
it
I
is.
don't understand. I was
It
like,
is. So, did you say you do French horn too?
yes.
Yeah, there's a whole different thing too. I there was a band when I was in my pre-teens, my teens, and they recorded a song. Um, it was a big garage band thing at the time,
Mhm.
and it was these guys were doing their usual jang 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 thing with the guitar, and the guy got his little sister to play the French horn during the instrumental, and it was amazing. It really was, and that the copies of that cassette, and you lose generations every copy, went around town, and the band broke up, and no one knows where they are and all that stuff. But this one song, it, anybody from that time period still has on a cassette somewhere in their vault. Um, so having all that talent, were you looking for places to try and use that talent once you got out of school and into further school?
Um, not really. No. I thought about when I went to college going into like marching band
Mm-hmm.
again, but it was like I was just so tired of
Yeah.
doing marching band and just doing band stuff, and I wanted to I didn't really have time to do like literally anything else when I was in the band and when I was in the choir and in theater and stuff like that. My days were completely busy.
Right.
And I think once I graduated and I went to college, I wanted to do something different. I didn't end up doing anything, which is technically different, but
Yes.
it's different. But it was like a reset.
Yeah.
And I did I did like the voice acting a little bit, and then I stopped doing it
Mm,
because I was just like, I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
mm,
And it was like a toxic relationship
mm.
where where like we're together but then we're not together, but
Yeah.
we're together,
Yeah.
and it was like that for a couple of years. And I was just like, I always come back to doing voice acting in when it comes like things that I like to do.
it,
And I'm just like, you know what, at some point I was like, okay, All right, you're here to stay, I guess. So come on. Well, let's figure out what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do it, and then becoming a VTuber really kind of like made it like cement in
Yeah.
because like literally all VTubers are like voice actors
Mhm.
apparently. So I was just like, you know what? I guess that's just like a thing, a requirement to kind of be a VTuber. I mean, it's not a requirement, but
Yeah.
you know, most of VTubers I come across, they're also voice actors, and I'm like, hey, you do that too? Me
Yeah.
too.
It
So, you
it.
know, just being around a lot of different VTubers who are also voice actors,
Mhm.
I can't help but go back to my voice acting roots and just be like, yeah, I
It,
really like doing this. So,
it's was it a case of kind of imposter syndrome?
mm, yeah, it was it was kind of weird cuz I don't necessarily really know how to describe it per se,
Yeah.
but it was always like it was like something was always missing
Mm.
when it came to me doing like voice acting. Like I would enjoy it. I'd be like, yeah, this is nice, but it's not as fun or
Yeah.
like it's not what I thought it was or it's not like the right time.
Mm.
Like being in like the right moment to do, you know, when you're in like the right moment at the right time, everything clicks.
Right.
So it always kind of felt like either I was too early when it came to like me doing like voice acting or like I was too late. And I feel like right now with me doing like my little voice acting and playing as an anime girl, I feel like I'm in the right place and at the right time,
Mm. Yeah.
which is good.
Yeah. You've this is your moment now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, to me, I hear all these folks with great voices, and and while it sounds like a lot of them are doing it, I kind of always poke them. You should give it a try. You should give it a try. You should give it a try. And they're like, no, I'm too shy to do it. They're like, don't waste that instrument. Um, use it for stuff. But with this, you have been doing some ASMR stuff. Um, so tell me how you got involved with that.
um I started doing ASMR before I became a VTuber.
Mm.
Um, I have this channel called Doki Star ASMR, which I used to like upload. I don't upload on there anymore because it's a lot. But I used to upload on that and I was really consistent at one point and I had so much fun doing it. It was just like, yeah, you know, again, it went back into me wanting to do voice acting again. And it was like, I don't know. I just feel like in that moment, I just needed something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed a creative outlet, basically.
Right.
And then I just went back to doing voice acting because I stumbled upon like scripts. I wasn't necessarily really looking to do ASMR specifically, but mainly just like if I couldn't get casted in like fan dubs or projects and stuff, I was just like, I'll just do it myself. And that's kind of like what the YouTube channel was mainly about, really, where like I would go in and find scripts and record those scripts. I was originally going to go and find like little clips of like anime and do it like that, but around that time was when YouTube and Bandai Namco was kind of cracking down heavily on like abridges and like any type of like fan dubbing and stuff. I was like, okay, I'm trying to start out. I don't need my stuff dissipated. So, you know what? We're just going to find something else.
Yeah.
And then I stumbled upon, you know, like those scripts and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of fun. I can just like record it and then edit it and then boom."
Yeah.
And then that's how I got back into it again.
Well, your voice is great for it, and it lends itself to it. It's very welcoming, open. Um,
Mm.
it sounds like you don't need to put a lot of effort into it to use it correctly, and
Yeah.
that shows when people hear that, and it's that type of welcoming that plus your personality, which is wonderful. It goes together very well, and it's very welcoming, and that's how you build up people who want to come back and
Yeah.
spend some more time with you. It's not just the voice. It's not it the personality. I think is still the most important thing.
Mhm.
But if you have that
Yeah.
combination, it's very very good. It's very very
Yes,
good.
I feel like, because I'm online and because this is one of the things I learned when I first started off voice acting is that when you're acting or you're in the theater, you have to use your body language to try to convey how you are
Mm.
setting the tone
Right,
because people are looking at you, you're under the spotlight, and sometimes people in the back can't necessarily see you.
right,
So you have to use your body to really kinda go with the tone and the words of what you're saying,
yeah,
but when it comes to voice acting, nobody sees you.
right,
All they do is hear you, so in order to get the emotion and the feel out of it, you have to put so much into your voice,
right,
because if you can't emulate or project your voice and project the feelings that the character is feeling, then no one's really going to understand like the context of, well, the hidden context of
mm.
the situation that is currently going on in the situation.
Oh yeah.
So when it comes to that, it was something I worked on a lot
Mm.
when I was starting off like voice acting and stuff online, where I would there was one time where I did this fan dub of, I think her name, she was the gym leader from the Alola region, Olivia.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it was like Pokemon Sun and Moon and stuff like that.
Right.
And in the anime, in Pokemon anime, there was this clip of her introducing herself to Ash and all the new characters and stuff like that in this classroom. And it was a funny clip of where like she was walking and then she slipped and fell. And I wanted to redo that,
Hmm.
and I struggled because I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do like the falling sound. So what I did was I went into my closet, got my little snowball microphone and my little shitty laptop, and I went in there, set up some pillows because I was going to throw myself on the floor in order to get what I needed to get sound wise. So I'm doing my lines. I'm like da 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 da, and it's getting to the part where I need to fall. So I back myself up a little bit, and as soon as she falls, I literally throw myself to the floor
Oh.
because I wanted the authentic sound of someone falling, because I'm not gonna be able to properly create that unless I fully commit, and that was something that I learned. You have to fully commit to something or
Yeah.
fully commit to a sound in order for it to be as authentic as you want it to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's just something that I just kinda took with me, and I still kinda like think about whenever I do like auditions or whenever I do like voice for like characters and things of that nature. Like I get into it and I commit,
Yep.
and then
Yeah.
it's all fine.
Well, you watch these people do lines for like animations and such, the behind the scenes type of videos, and
Yeah.
you see somebody if their character is like reaching for something, you see them reaching for something as they talk about the line because there's that little extra thing
Yeah.
you get when you reach. It just kind of it adds that, yeah, I'm reaching for that type of
Mhm.
thing. Now, if you just try to make it up, it's hit or miss and
Yeah.
tough to recreate too. In from one take to the next. And it's I don't know about giving your body up for science like that, but I could fall down just fine on my own. I don't need to make up all the stuff. Um, but it does add that little bit of extra realism to it, and immersing yourself as much as you can in there
Mhm.
um, gets you more comfortable, I would think, with the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unless the since I don't have a I've never done voice acting other than this little project I've been doing here, but
Mhm.
the I would probably be uncomfortable with that trying to be another character for a long period of time. It's but you seem to have no fear at it at this point. Have you? Is it? Do you still get nervous trying to do this stuff?
No,
Oh,
not really. I see it as like an opportunity
mm,
to kind of be someone else
mm,
that's not Nori.
mm,
Like it's like with the with the character that I'm currently voicing in the Lost Threads audio drama, me and Nia are similar, but we're not the same.
mm,
And being able to kind of like get into that character's mindset, it's like refreshing kind of sort of like it gives me that break of being myself. Like I can be all these different characters and still come back to being me basically. Like
right.
is mainly for the experience of seeing things from a different person's perspective regardless of if they're a fictional character or not.
Mm,
Everybody has like a different mindset,
right.
and I feel like that's what excites me when it comes to auditioning for characters or voice acting new characters and being those characters for an extended period of time, because I never forget that, like, hey, yeah, you're not this character but you can be this character,
Yeah, yeah. That's an interesting way of looking at it. Is that you look at it as an opportunity to be somebody else
Yeah.
rather than as a job to be somebody else. That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. And I envy that in a lot of ways. I mean, for in radio, our bit of acting was go to the grocery store. Lettuce is on sale. That was our and that was we were given 30 seconds of copy for that, and that was our acting. Um, and I'm like, oh, these people are so talented. This drives me nuts. But when I see you online, what am I going to see? What stuff are you currently streaming?
I am a Marvel Rivals fanatic. I have an addiction to Marvel Rivals at the moment, and I can't shake it off me. So it's stuck to me like how the Venom symbiote was stuck to Peter Parker in that one movie.
Yes.
So I literally have to rip it off. But if you ever do see me on like Twitch or whatever, I am more than likely playing Marvel Rivals with my community and friends and stuff like that, because that's literally all I do. And if not that, then like I'm trying to be productive, but then I fail at being productive and I go back to Marvel Rivals.
Sooner or later, it will be back
Yeah.
to Marvel. How do you
Yeah.
how do you even keep up with what's going on in that game?
I have ADHD.
Oh well.
So, yeah. Yeah. I don't even really know what is going on half the time. I just like hyper focus on one thing, and then everything else I'm just like, oh, okay, I can think about that later.
Yeah.
Or if it comes into like I have like this kind of like out of sight, out of mind type of mentality. So
Mm,
if I genuinely don't see anything, I'm not going to be bothered by it. But
uh,
if it's within like my line of sight, then I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably pay attention to like what's in front of me,
mm.
or occasionally turn around and be like, I feel like something's behind me. Like I'm having my spidey senses are tingling. I'm like, I should probably turn around, and then
Hmm. If
yeah.
if I relied on that, I'd be spinning all the time. It's just no, it's behind me. The yeah, it's interesting how you phrase that. Um, a lot of people don't know, and people just look at ADHD and like, Well, it's the one where you jingle keys and they and whatever they're doing, they stop what they're doing. It. No, there's
Mhm.
a lot of different ways, and one of them is hyperfixation,
Yeah.
and it's and gosh, I didn't know it was a superpower. Because I cannot, my old eyes can't keep up with it, and I can't imagine trying to play it because everything's moving so fast. You young
Yeah.
people and your fast moving stuff is just. I want my pong back. um, but it's still fascinating to watch. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what the
Yeah.
characters do. So if you're playing this so much, you must have a favorite character to play.
Yes and no,
Oh,
because I can't I'm very indecisive, so, like, I can't ever really pick just one thing,
yeah.
which is so funny because, like, why, you know? But there are times where I do hyperfixate on a character,
Uh-huh.
but I'm also hyperfixating on multiple characters, but I mainly really like all the pretty girls in the game.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, that's it.
let's face it, they're well drawn.
Yes. Yes, so
If
I
nothing
like
else,
pretty ladies.
yes. If nothing else, the female characters, female presenting
Yeah.
characters are well drawn. We'll put it that way.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I vote for that. Um, but really, it's a to see a game like that explode and uh, and continue to go after a period time out now is pretty amazing. Do you play
Mhm.
against other folks, other streamers? Do you play in collaboration with people, or is it your audience you're playing with?
Um, a mix of all of that.
Uh,
Sometimes I join Marvel Rivals tournaments. So I am playing against other creators, but that's not like a normal occurrence. I'm normally either playing with some of my peers and some of my friends. Um, and sometimes I'm playing with like my communities and just any of the viewers that do pop in and want to play. I'm like, okay, yeah,
mm,
let's play.
mm. Is that how you kind of make connections with other VTubers? Is through that?
Yeah.
Mm,
Or if I don't do like the Marvel Rivals thing, I will host like little sleepovers
mm.
or I'll do interviews. I'll interview VTubers and then
That's cool, isn't
I
it?
will
That's
tell
really that's
them
it's just too much fun. It really is.
Yeah. I whenever I do interview VTubers, I really enjoy hearing about like their lore and like the things that they have going on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like when you had asked to interview me, I was so shocked because normally I'm the one going to people and like, "Hey, do you want to let me interview you, you know? Let me find out about you." So being on the receiving end of that, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, is this how people feel when I ask them if I
Yes.
can interview them?" Like, "Oh my gosh, this is so nice. Wow."
It's to, it's just when you talk about the VTuber community, you're not going to find anybody that's more diverse than that.
Mhm.
So many different talents, so many different stories. People come from all sorts of different backgrounds, um,
Yeah.
and countries and time zones, which is always something I'm fighting. Time zones, um, but it's just to me, I'm coming at it from the outside when I'm doing the interviews. Even still, after all these, I'm not a VTuber. But for you doing it and other VTubers doing it, you're coming at it from a completely different angle. You got more of an insight as to what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your slice of the apple is going to look different than my slice when it's done, which is great because that means we get to hear more of what the person's all about. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. Is there something that I don't think I've asked this before. When you're doing an interview, is there something a guest will do that drives you up a tree?
Um So far, no. I'm trying to think because I've had I've done a couple of interviews,
Yeah.
and like they're all different.
Mhm.
And like all of them, all the people that I've interviewed are super, super sweet, super, super fun.
Mhm.
Some of them are my friends. I would like to say that like there was one time where I interviewed someone. This was before I was like Nariko Nabi.
Mhm.
I had interviewed them just for, just for fun and
Mhm.
stuff like that.
Mhm.
And this is gonna be like really petty. But like when
That's the best part.
when they were talking and like trying to like answer the questions that I was giving them, they would like do like this thing with their mouth. They were like, and I'm like, why are you smacking your mouth while you're talking? They're like, "Nom, nom, nom, nom." Like they're eating food while they're talking with me. And I'm like, are you eating? And they said no. And I said, "Oh, so why are you doing that?" And they didn't answer me and they just kept doing it throughout the rest of the interview. I was like, "Oh my gosh, never again."
They probably didn't even know they were doing it. It's like,
Yeah, probably.
yeah, and then they're probably listening back to the interview afterwards, going, "Here, oh my God, I
Yeah.
really do that all the time."
Yeah.
When I was doing the radio stuff, I would interview sometimes high schoolers who had just made commitments to a major college football program, and
Mhm.
it was really hit or miss. Sometimes you had, um, I'm calling them kids because they're more minors at the time. Um, Sometimes you get kids who are very talkative, very personable. They'd been through interviews and stuff before, and it was very easy to talk to them. But
Yeah.
one interview with a guy who was a top 5 state guy who'd committed to the University of Illinois, where I was doing the radio broadcast at. He was
Mhm.
absolutely useless to interview. One word answers, and he was playing a video game while I was trying to talk to
Oh. Oh,
him.
it's
I
rude.
had 20 minutes to fill, and I had asked every question I could think of in the first 5.
Mhm.
So you play football, right? Yeah. I go, oh boy, this. Then you just that's just the way some people are. Sometimes it's tough getting
Mhm.
getting answers out of people, but
Yeah.
when you break down and you've got that disarming ability right away, you kind of disarm them a little bit and talk to them person to person, and that breaks
Mhm.
all of that's gone, and you get to really have a good discussion with them.
Yeah. I really like to when I interview people
Mm-hmm.
because most of the people that I interview, if they're not friends, and they're people who I either watch passively or I've kind of like seen in passing, and I'm like, I would like to open the door for more communication. So whenever I do interview them,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing I do is just be absolutely silly. I try my best to make them laugh, to make them giggle,
Yeah.
to try and ease any nerves or any tension that they may have, and kind of show them that, like, yeah, this is a space where you can be yourself, and this is a space where I am not going to take things out of context, and I'm not going to do anything that's stupid, crazy, or
Yeah.
mean, or like malicious. This is a safe space for you to speak on the things that you want to speak on.
Right.
And we both are able to actually have a back and forth and a conversation. And hopefully it's a good enough conversation, because always at the end, I always ask if they will be my friend. And they always say yes.
Yes.
So I always end up getting new friends.
Except for the one who smacked their lips.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
You banish them to another star.
Yeah. Go away.
Well, that's wonderful. I mean, in any time you can kind of, I call it disarming, because people will come in with preconceived notions, and
Mm,
they'll be a little nervous if they don't really know you that well. Um,
yeah.
and well, we talked before this interview a little bit. I asked you, are there topics you want to avoid? Because the last thing I want is for you to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the walls go up, and I get the one word answers, and I get I get flashbacks, and it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
But really, it's the whole point is to make the if the get for me, if the guest is comfortable, then the audience is going to be comfortable listening.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't write questions down because I go with the flow as best I can. Um, and
Same.
yeah, and it's a question of listening as well as because if you're not interested, no one else can be interested in the interview.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So do more stuff. Do more interviews. I want to hear these as they come up. I always try and encourage people to do it because it's a lost art. I think. Um, and and I'm old, and I want the new generation to do it right. Darn it! And not what you see on television. Have you got any big old events coming up here soon? And are those things you like to do? Big events?
Sort of. I do like to plan things
Mm-hmm.
with people. Sometimes it's always really impulsive. I like to impulsively grab a lot of people and be like, "Hey, yeah, so um I need you guys for something." And they'd be like, "For what?" I was like, I just want to spend time with you guys. So we're gonna do like this big old event where we're gonna be playing this game, 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 and we're just gonna be chit chatting and yapping, and you can come and go as you please.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, okay, sure, yeah." And so like whenever I impulsively do that, I just grab like a bunch of my friends and we just go, or people I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
And the people I want to get to know, I always invite them. So it's always like a mix of my friends and then people who I want to be friends with, or at least good associates with,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that not everybody will automatically consider somebody their friend after just talking. You shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't do that. You need to get to know the person first.
Yeah.
So, I try to have a mix of that, so then that way it's not only just me that these other people are connecting with, is also some of my friends.
Right.
So it isn't just a little thing for me, it's also for like my friends and the people who I invited. So then that way, if they don't click with me, they'll click with somebody in the group.
Mm-hmm.
They'll click with somebody. So, but I don't have any big events going on within the
When
next couple of weeks or months or whatever.
mm.
I don't have it. Oh, no, never mind. I don't. I had to think about it for a second.
No, no, don't keep us. Don't.
Oh wait, no. I might be having upcoming merch
Oh,
coming out,
cool.
like some cute little
Oh,
keychains.
neat.
Those might be coming out. I might do some pre-orders on that. Um, and I think a couple months from now I will be getting uh a cute little cup with my VTuber on it. It's called like a waifu cup because
Nice.
I'm a waifu, I guess. So yeah.
I heard you blush as you said that. I'm a wavy like this. That's wonderful. I mean, it's great to hear that talking to your walls really led to something,
Mhm. Yeah.
whether you realize it or not. But here we've gotten a chance now to hear your talent and your wonderful personality and talents. I'm not going to sell you short. Many talents, grr. And it's just amazing that you get this chance, and I'm glad for us that we get to hear
Mhm.
from you. And it just sounds like whether you knew it or not, you kind of sat in a very comfortable chair when you turned that microphone on.
Yeah.
And a lot more to come, I imagine. If somebody wants to get a hold of you for if somebody out there's got a passion project or something and wants to get a hold of you to write some voices, how do they do that?
They can either DM me on X. I still call X Twitter, so we're gonna say Twitter because
Yes.
it's just easier. You can just DM me on Twitter at my on my main account, Nariko Nabi, or you can email me at Nari the star, the with two E's at gmail.com.
We've got,
And I always respond.
and we have all of the links in the description for this video, including the links to the ASMR content that you did earlier. Do it before YouTube decides to get rid of all the ASMR stuff, because
Yeah.
they're acting weird with that. But thank you so much for coming on. It's wonderful to talk with you, and it's great to meet you.
Yes.
I admire what you're able to do and what you continue to do, and I hope nothing but the best for you and in the future.
Oh, thank you so much, Eric.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.